Hey everybody, and welcome to an inbox review of the Zvezda 1 in 2700th scale, I believe, Star Destroyer. Now this is kind of like Christmas for me. I know this isn't the first review that's out there, but I was actually really excited to get this. And so as soon as it came in a couple of days ago, I rushed. I kind of wanted to rush and get the review done and get this thing posted. I bought this probably a month and a half ago. I ordered it from Russia. It just arrived, as I said, a couple of days ago, so it actually wasn't too bad as far as postage or anything like that, as far as shipping time. Couple of things before I get into this. I'm not going to get into the accuracy of this thing. There's a lot that I read online about it and heard about it everywhere else. It's not 100% accurate to anything. It's a hybrid of the Rogue One Star Destroyer combined with the 3-footer and the 8-footer that they used for the original films and the filming, supposedly, so I'm not going to get into that. As far as accuracy issues, quote-unquote accuracy issues, it's a sci-fi ship, so that's, for me, arguing accuracy on something like this is a little bit redundant, but those of you guys that do care, from everything I've read and everything I've seen, the sidewalls on here, or not the sidewalls rather, but the channel here is a little too narrow. So that's one thing on here. Another thing is the bridge itself, the way it faces is a little too flat. Not to mention it's not perpendicularly shaped. It's not properly shaped with the bow of the ship here. Other than that, they did not include a garbage chute at the back. Again, I don't want to get into it. This is, as I said, like Christmas for me. The only option in the scale is the $500 resin kit, if you can find it. So, for the $120 that I paid for this shipped, I'm not going to complain. So let's get into this. Let me give you guys a quick tour around the box. Again, it's all in Russian, so just a quick look at what the box looks like. It does come with a cute little grab handle here. So I don't normally save my my model boxes, but this is definitely one I'm going to end up saving. Now to open this up. Oh, actually, hold on, I'll show you guys what's in the back. And there's also been debate as to whether this is the actual model on here or whether this is CAD files. This is the actual model. There was a forum I happened upon that somebody actually went and enhanced these pictures. And you can actually see the stands on here. So this is the actual model, and it is quite impressive, as you can see. Here's the scale. 1 in 2700th, 105 pieces, 60 centimeters long. Measures out to about 23 point something or other inches. So let's get this open. Let me show you guys what it looks like inside of the box. I did open this already because, as I said, when it first came in, I was super excited about it. So, first thing, I'm going to take everything out of here and zoom the camera in a little bit so you guys can have a better view of everything. Everything does come packaged in bags. I did put them back in the original bags that they came with to show you guys how it comes packaged after I inspected them. So, this is how they package everything. Now, a lot of people argue and complain about, well, what if the plastic gets scratched or something or other? So what? If it's really that big of a deal for you, if the plastic gets scratched, I would imagine you can easily fill it with some putty. But it's also not something that would show up in paint or once painted, or it's just, yeah, it's good packaging. Kind of cool. You get the Imperial symbol on the inside of the box here. So let me take this out of here. Put this over here. Zoom the camera just a little bit for you guys. Let's see. Where are we here? There we go. Okay. Okay, turn it around for myself. And let's get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to look at is the... Let me do this. Actually, first thing we're going to look at is the instruction manual. Silly me. Here is the instruction manual. As I said, it's only... This kit is only 100 and some odd pieces, I think 105. I think it ends up being a little bit more, but it's not a very complicated kit. Potentially, if you're building this straight out of the box, as far as the building itself goes, it's all in Russian, by the way. As far as the building itself goes, you can probably build this in a weekend. It's not a very complicated kit at all. And from everything I read, there's nearly no fit issues either, so that's also shouldn't be a problem. Quick kit. The only thing that I was a little put off by or about was the base here that it stands on. I think I might actually try and do something else with this. I don't like the way it looks, but yeah, here's the instructions for you. It's simple, as I said. It's a quick kit. As far as building it out of the box, at least. So the first thing I took out of the package here is the rear engines, or the engine mounts rather. Sorry, hold on one second, guys. Try and zoom you in over here. Okay. The detail on this, if you can tell, I'm going to go through this slowly, is incredible. Zvezda, I am not a big fan of Zvezda kits at all, for the most part. Their newer stuff, yes, it's better, but I was never a fan. The little experience I had with Zvezda kits in the past, they've been, well, bad. The detail on this is incredible. They really did do a good job with it, and as I said, everything I've read so far, there's no major fit issues. It's a very nice kit. This is just the rear engine bay here. The engine's attached to here, obviously. Next up, working on the bigger sprues here. Give myself some room, so I apologize. As I said, this is quite a large kit. So this is the top of the superstructure here. Now, hopefully you guys can see the detail. Let me see if this will help. The focus. Hopefully you guys can see the detail. The recess panel lines. Again, very, very nice. Let's see, where am I? Main gun battery will go here, right here, and again, I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see the glare. Oh, there we go. There's the panel lines on there, and they are recessed panel lines. I'm very happy with the quality, at least out of the box. That said, Revell is releasing the same kit, a reboxing of the same kit, in I think it's April or May of this year. So those of you guys who don't want to have to buy this from Russia, you can hang on and get the Revell kit, which essentially will be the same thing, just the reboxed version. So this is the underside of the hull. I call it a hull. The underside of the ship. Okay, this is where the round dome goes. Here's some raised detail here. Oops. Raised detail here and here. And the very nicely detailed hangar bay. I mean, that is very, very good. especially for Zvezda. Now, keep in mind, the little experience I do have with Zvezda is only with armor kits. Their planes, I know I have a couple in my stash actually that are quite better, or quite a bit better. This is the inside of the plastic here. Their airplane kits I know a lot better. It's just their armor that I'm not a fan of. However, their newer stuff is a little bit better than their old stuff used to be. This is the nose, the top part of the nose. Again, the detail, very, very nice. Some raised detail on here. Now, for those of you guys who want to super detail this, it does leave a bit of room to add on to. You know, especially some of these protruding details here. Like here and here, you can even, you know, do something like laser cannons on here or something or other, actually, which would be cool if you want to super detail. And here's the detail on the side of the structure here, which is also very nice. Okay. Here is the bottom half. That's the inside here. Here's the outside. Again, some panel lines, just very nice on every piece here. Some raised detail, and here's the smaller hangar bay. Again, very nice detail, very crisp, very little mold on all of these, which is a plus, but it's also to be expected since it's a new kit. Now we get to the first of the smaller bags. Again, I put everything back how I found it, so I'm taking it out as it was originally packaged. Here's the first sprue we're going to look at, which is the bridge. I'll show you the bridge head here, or bridge face even. Again, very nicely detailed. Now, plenty of room, again, to super detail it, but even if you choose to build this out of the box, it'll still make a very, very impressive kit, especially for the price. That's the top of the bridge here. I believe that is the bottom. Excuse me. And just a very, very nice kit, very exciting release. Again, Revell is releasing this identical kit, exactly the same parts, exactly the same everything, reboxed in a few months. I just didn't want to wait that long, so I went ahead and bought this one from Russia. Now here's the dome that goes on the bottom. Again, very nicely detailed, very nicely textured. One of the main engines. You can see a little rifling in there, which is really cool. And granted, it's not rifling, of course, but the little beveled edge there, it's really cool. And here is some of the sidewalls of the various decks on the superstructure. Again, if you'd like, plenty of room for super detailing, but very well detailed on its own as well. I mean, look at just all the little intricacies here, which is very cool. Okay, and here's some more. Now this piece here, if you're wondering, this is actually a whoa, there we go. This is actually a rib that goes inside of the hull to reinforce it. Let's really get in this sprue. Let's go in the next bag. I don't think I opened this bag. Nope. Let's check it out. Okay. These are identical. No, they are not, so we will go one at a time. Okay, here's more More paneling for the superstructure for one of the decks. Again, the you can see it. Hopefully the light glares off of there. We go. The light glares off of it just right. You can see all the panel lines, which look really impressive. This is for the bridge side of the bridge tower here, and you get two of the same identical looking parts here. This I'm not sure. I think this is more ribbing for inside. That's what it looks like. Sidewalls. More sidewall here again, just very nicely detailed. I was a little skeptical when this kit was first announced by Zvezda. Again, this is, by the way, this is for the base. As I said, I've never been a fan of Zvezda, just from past experiences, I guess. That said, this is, I also said to myself, well, they wouldn't pay all this money for a Disney license for Star Wars if they didn't, plan on knocking it out of the park. And they really did on this. I mean, this is just, for what we have available on the market for us Star Wars fans that want to model the Star Destroyer, this is just beyond cool compared to anything else out there at the moment, other than, as I said, the resin kit. But that's upwards of, at least here in the US, that's upwards of $500. So that was out of my comfort zone, out of my price range as far as what I'm comfortable with paying for a kit. Not to mention, styrene is so much easier to work with than resin is. So it's just a win all around, if you ask me. And this is the final bag. Here is another piece of one of the decks on the superstructure with little smaller pieces inside here. Okay, I mean, just take a look at, hopefully this gets in focus. Take a look at this detail here, guys. I mean, as far as, there's not much left that you can, again, there's always room for improvement, but there is not much left here that you can add that will really make this guy better than it is. I mean, look at this. This is just, again, the panel lines are brilliant. Some people were saying they might be a little too big. I don't think so. Once you put a wash on, I don't want to say properly, but once you put a proper wash on there, I think it'll look great. Here's the shield generators. That's half of one of the shield generators, and I'm going to drop one of these things sooner than later. And here's the bottom of one of the shield generators, which is just amazingly detailed. One of the engines, another one of the same engines we looked at before from behind this time. Just to give you, there we go. Just to give you a better idea of what they look like. And as I said, the little bevel inside, which is pretty cool. The artillery, which is also pretty neat. Now, I'm sure sooner or later, where these rings are here, I'm sure it's for something on the engine. Now, you do get two of these identical. I'm sure there will be plenty of aftermarket for this eventually. But as I said, for the time being, and even out of the box, this is a very impressive kit. And a fairly quick build for what you're getting. Again, fairly low part count and a fairly quick build. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching.